It's by far the most luxurious one I've ever seen.
Are you biased because you're talking about the place where you decide to study there? No?
I tend to choose mechanical engineering because it is, by my opinion, the hardest part of like the general mechatronics stuff.
Ah, okay, here's a difference. السلام عليكم، أهلا وسهلا فيكم في الحلقة الرابعة من برنامجكم عابر. معكم المقدم حمزة، وضيف هذه الحلقة هو كان من أرض الأناضول تركيا. جيبوا معكم وجبة خفيفة وخلونا نبدأ نتعرف على تجربة جديدة وثقافة جديدة. Welcome to Qatar. نازل زين؟
İyiyim, sen nasılsın?
So we'll start this episode by you giving us a quick introduction about yourself and for the viewers.
Yeah, I'm Kaan. I'm currently studying in Istanbul Technical University as a mechanical engineering undergraduate. I'm 23 years old and I currently live in Istanbul.
So you chose mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
Is it out of love and passion or other reasons?
Both yes and no. So I was gonna choose, actually I was heavily considering mechatronics engineering, but at that time it wasn't that famous, and like most of the schools either don't have or have in the side branches of their schools. So I tend to choose mechanical engineering because it is, by my opinion, the hardest part of like the general mechatronics stuff. And when you think about it, you can somehow, like, you can actually try, if you try hard enough, you can learn the electrical and the computer science stuff, but the mechanical part is like by far, in my opinion, the most difficult part.
Yeah,
so I chose to study that part.
Yeah, because since it's a major engineering sector, it's not like mechatronics is very specific.
I love the flexibility of it.
Since we're talking about decisions, so you have decided to go for mechanical engineering for multiple reasons, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
But you also decided to take your training course here in Qatar.
Yeah.
Is there any reasons for that?
So I'm here with the program called the It's like technical experience in abroad, basically, like in short terms. The reason I chose Qatar is, first of all, the job offer like sounded really interesting. It was mostly about thermodynamics, which as a part I never really get into it before. Like I've been into some educations and like studied a lot about, for example, hydrodynamics and general like construction, constructive stuff like designing and
like CAD and
R&D stuff.
Design first.
Yeah, and R&D stuff. But for thermodynamics, I've never really been into it before. So I was hoping to like learn more about it and maybe make my major into that, because I haven't like actually decided what I'll be like professional.
For context, you're a senior, yeah? So you're
like
senior. Fourth year.
Yeah, fourth year.
So therefore you came here as a training part, as an internship basically.
Yeah, internship, yeah.
And you were also happy with the job offers that can be a potential there.
Yeah.
And you also live here in the Qatar Uni accommodation.
Yeah, accommodation.
Yeah. So can you describe the experience there?
I mean, it's probably the best accommodation, or like, how can I say, dorm, hostel I've ever seen. It's by far the most luxurious one I've ever seen. I mean, I've known like a lot of my friends living in dorms in their universities, and only one of them said like, our room is better than this. That's it. Like, so, and they don't even have a cafeteria, so that doesn't count.
In Turkey?
Yeah, in Turkey, yeah. So it doesn't count in my book.
But in Turkey you're not living in the campus, yeah?
No, I'm not living in, but my friends live in the campus.
So you have like a good comparison here and here.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we're speaking about the present, we spoke a little bit about the past. Let me take you to the future.
Yeah.
Do you have any goals or future plans you would love to accomplish?
I had a plan, but when I talk with my friends, it's like they said it will probably be way beyond your time. So what I was thinking is,
you can give us like maybe in the short term rather than long term.
First short term?
Yeah.
As a short term, I want to do my master's abroad. That's my...
Hopefully?
Yeah. That's my short term goal. I want to qualify for a master's abroad. Like, I was thinking about maybe Italy, maybe Ireland, because I've seen some interesting schools in Ireland, or Netherlands, but it's pretty expensive, so I hope I get a scholarship.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We spoke about the uni accommodation.
Yeah.
Was it a cultural shock when you came here, or do you see a major difference between where you live here in Qatar or in Turkey? Especially between students and in the accommodation.
About lifestyle, as I said before, the luxurious part is brand new from, because when you expect a student dorm, it's like really basic, you know, maybe bunk beds or something like that. So this was like a hotel room, basically. When I think about it.
What I meant is not based on only the facilities that the Qatar University accommodation provide, but like anything that you found there, maybe like any obstacles you found initially once you came here or no?
Yeah, I was gonna keep saying that. So about the quality wise, I said it, and about the like social interaction wise, they have lots of great places to bond. And for example, they have the television room, they have the game room where you can play pool with your friends or something. But the problem is, in my opinion, the biggest problem is like the student life is a bit stale, because like it's either because it's now summertime and most of the students are out, or if it's still like that, that there is no campus life, let's just say.
Because you mentioned that we're in summer, so mostly not
Mostly
every single.
I'm guessing they're mostly out, so
maybe you didn't have the full package of experiencing different nationalities.
Probably.
Especially maybe like here locals or Qatari nationalities, maybe in the accommodation.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about culture. Okay.
Culture.
And I want to list some differences between the Turkish culture and maybe the Qatari culture or the Arabian one in general. Do you have like anything to start with? Any major difference?
Anything to start with? Not that anything comes out of my mind right now. So
okay, I would say maybe food.
Maybe you can start. Yeah.
Maybe food.
No, food is pretty similar.
Similar.
Yeah, but pretty similar. We have, it's really pretty similar in here.
But I have a serious question to ask, and it's regarding Kanafa.
Kanafa.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to settle this debate.
Debate.
Yes. I consider it a debate.
Okay.
And it's between the Arabian Kanafa and the Turkish Kanafa.
Okay.
For context, the Arabian Kanafa is made of 2 layers, cheese, and then Kanafa.
Yeah.
While the Turkish one is made up of 3 layers.
Yeah.
Kanafa, cheese, and Kanafa. Is it that true or I'm mistaken?
It's been a really long time since I've eaten a really great kunafa in Turkey, but you should be right. Yeah, probably.
But now we want your opinion. Did you
Yeah,
eat any
I've
Arabian?
eaten. Yeah, I've eaten.
Where?
In Alakar Sweets in Super
Yes,
Keyif.
yes,
Yeah.
nice. It's nice. So which one is better, the Arabian one or the Turkish one?
Honestly, I don't even remember how the Turkish one tastes, because it has been like 10 or 15 years. I ate it when I was a kid, and I ate the best of it. Like, we call it the Hatay kunafe. They're like famous for kunafe. In my opinion, that one, the Hatay one, was better because there's an extra layer also, and they put ice cream on top.
Oh, but that's an optional. That's not from the tradition.
Well, they didn't give me that option, so I don't know.
There's lots of options. So we cannot settle this debate in this discussion, maybe later on. I prefer my Arabian one, obviously. Since we're talking about positives, let's go for more positives.
Yeah.
Is there any specific activities that you like to do here in the campus? Either sport-wise or maybe in the campus or outside in Qatar in general?
In campus, I really like. We went to swimming pool before. I really like swimming.
Okay.
We went to the swimming pool before. It was really nice. Other than that, there is no like a major thing that only I can do it here. Like, for example, playing pool, I like it as well, but I can do it in Turkey too. So the biggest part is like the swimming pool here is like really good.
Okay.
And we also have it in Istanbul too, but like there are some procedures to like get in and stuff. But this is like, if you're in the camp, like for my experience, if you're in the campus, you can just go in here. So it's really
straight
good.
wise. It's just if you're a member, you have a card, you can easily go without any order before. Since we're talking about activities, I have a nice segment here between us, and it is I'll say a word in English.
English.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you say the meaning in Turkey, and I say the meaning in Arabic.
Okay.
Nice.
The meaning or like the direct word?
The direct word is better.
Okay.
So I say like a word in English, and you say the direct word in Turkish.
Okay.
I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Maybe this will enrich more similarities. We find more similarities
Maybe.
rather than differences between the kunafa and stuff like that.
Our language is like a bunch of mix of other languages. So,
Yes. So family in Turkish is,
aile,
and in Arabic, عائلة. Mind,
akıl,
Arabic, عقل. Minute,
dakika,
also in Arabic it's دقيقة. And the truth,
gerçek.
Okay, here's a difference.
Yeah.
حقيقة. Do you have it also in
Yeah,
Turkish?
we have hakikat too.
حقيقات, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go for map.
Harita.
Arabic is خريطة.
I feel like you chose those words like you did
On
your
purpose?
research. Yeah.
On purpose? There's millions out there. No, that's not. There's thousands, obviously.
Yeah.
Magic.
Büyü.
Okay, here's a difference. What about sihr? Is that sihr? Sihir.
Sihir.
Yes.
As well. Yeah, we have. So the difference is we have both in English word there's a meaning, and we have multiple words that have the same meaning in Turkish, and also we have some Turkish words that have multiple meanings in English.
Yeah, like synonyms.
Yeah. But so
Now, last word. This is my favorite word. The moon.
eye. Moon. You
Yes.
said moon, right?
Moon.
Eye.
Is there another word for it?
I hope so, but I think it is. I think there is, but it's an old word, so I don't remember it.
What about kamar?
No, I don't remember it. I don't. If there is one, I don't know. Because
This was my
so-
favorite word, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was an. Some Turkish words are like considered old now, since the like the culture nowadays like changes a lot with like both the Western and taken from the Eastern side. So it tends to change a lot, and some words without like since we don't use it, it gets old and forgotten. So
It's
probably that's why I forget it.
It's words like that mixed. Maybe like when Arabs used to live here and or the Turks living here,
Yeah,
they interchanged
probably.
some words. okay?
Probably, yeah.
But unfortunately, my favorite word is not among that.
Probably there is, but I don't know it just yet.
Maybe. Let's move on to the reason you came here in Qatar,
Yeah.
which is training.
Yeah.
So, do you have any challenges that you faced initially in training?
A couple of, yes. Since everyone, like, since most of the people are in vacation now, in the summertime, it's still hard to find someone that like can, let's just say, help you. For example, it's most likely you will given a job and you will study on that job probably alone. If you in here in summertime, because
is it-
summertime most of the people are on vacation, so
Is
it's
it-
really hard to find someone.
So is it because there's less maybe students or staff members maybe?
Maybe less staff members. That's the problem. I mean, students you can find. Obviously, if you stay in the accommodation, you'll find most of it. But the staff member is a real problem. If you are,
so
if
maybe
you're looking for an intense technical experience, but if you're looking more like a self-study or like project stuff, it's really good here.
So it's like maybe just the main changes is maybe exchanging knowledge.
Yeah.
A much easier way to change knowledge. Since
Yeah.
it's summer, maybe it's
Yeah.
it's harder for you to change.
Yeah, it's harder. It's harder, definitely.
This is a question that many students ask, even me, since I'm a first-year student. So
Okay.
maybe you can now give us an advice.
Okay.
And is it, can you balance between your social life and your education or your internship? Did you find a way, a secret recipe that you can share?
That's a really good question. Let me think about it for a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Do we include the COVID or not? Because it's a really intense part. It basically killed all the social life. So
Maybe give us in both scenarios. Maybe
So-
like at the start, but just
Yeah.
quite initially, and then maybe more because now there's less of COVID as a serious issue.
yeah,
So we
but-
can then speak
so,
more about that.
with COVID, no. There is. I don't.
No
I didn't
social
find a
life at
way.
all.
Yeah. No. Like social life is incredibly difficult. If I don't know if it's even possible. Like online communication is somewhat good, but it's not enough. And now, since I'm a senior now,
No social life at all.
yeah, I mean it's getting even harder. So even if I can find time for social life, I have to take it from my
Sacrifice.
lessons. So yeah, that's a huge
So
problem.
you-
So no, I don't have a secret trick or anything like that.
So you either choose between one or the other.
Yeah.
So either you sacrifice your social
I mean,
life.
technically, you can. There is a possibility that you can balance them perfectly, but it is really difficult because it requires a really lot of discipline and good timing. And the problem with the timing is it might not be in your control. It
like
might be in the the lessons, or maybe you have a documentation job in university. It will take time, or a general documentation job about the government, and it will take time too. So, yeah, the timing part is not entirely up to you. So that's the difficult part of it.
so you have sometimes to either give some time more for either your social life or
Yeah.
your education
Most
part.
likely education.
Since we're talking more about advices,
Yeah.
maybe this time you can give us an advice, and which is towards the international students who are thinking maybe to take their training course or do their education here in Qatar.
Okay. I'm gonna say the first two things that come to my mind, and we can just talk and think about it later. The first thing is, on Friday the metro is opening at 2 p.m. Don't forget. This is the first one. The second one is, on Friday and Saturday most of the things are closed. Just plan something inside or go to a beach. Because most of the things are closed.
No, but I mean, what I meant is more of education-wise.
Education-wise.
Yeah, like people that are thinking as international students, who might maybe they're thinking of, oh, I want to do my training course or my internship outside.
Okay, so we can
advise specifically if they come to Qatar.
Okay, so we can just then divide this into two topics.
Yes,
One, this was the general one, and as an education one. If you have a project in mind and you think you need more resources, Qatar is one of the best choices you have. Let me say that, because as for if you want to learn a job, there may be other good options. But if you have a project or if you have a job in mind and you want resources and some guidance, mostly resources, but as for guidance too, the Qatar is one of the best options you have.
It allows the international students to reach their full potential, basically, you can say.
Yeah,
and provide you with what you need to succeed.
Yeah. They can provide you with a lot of stuff like labs and workshops, for example, and they're really open-minded about the stuff that you want to work on. Like if you want to directly change something on your work, they're really flexible and they can allow you to switch.
So there's more room.
In my experience, yeah.
So you can say that it's a good place for people who are looking for further research.
Yeah.
It is a potential.
Yeah, if you want to research and have a project on mind that you want to accomplish, this is one of the best places you can think of.
Thank you for sharing your experience. We're reaching the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So this will be like a rapid question session.
Rapid
so I ask
question.
rapid.
Rapid
very
question.
fast. So I ask you a
Okay.
question, maybe just give me the answer quickly. So top 3 places you visited here in Qatar.
Top 3 places. Souk Waqif. One of my friends mentioned about the beaches in Dukhan. I really want to visit. And then the final one is the Qatar Mall.
Qatar Mall, yeah.
Yeah.
It has a nice interior.
Yeah, it's really big and really spacious, but we had a slight problem because it was really crowded.
It's always crowded in malls.
Yeah.
Now, top 3 places you recommend for people who want to visit Turkey.
So obviously the most famous one is Pamukkale. The other one is Uludağ in Bursa.
Bursa, yeah.
Yeah, and Istanbul.
Obviously Istanbul.
Just visit Istanbul. Yeah.
Just visit Istanbul.
Just visit Istanbul. The best part of the Turkey is probably the Istanbul, but just as a visitor. I'm
As a
warning
visitor,
you.
not as
not as if you want to accommodate in Istanbul, that's a real challenge. But if you just want to visit Istanbul, it's probably the best place.
Are you biased because you're talking about the place where you decide to study there? No.
So both yes and no. The part of a yes is it's incredibly crowded, and the prices are going really high now. But I'm kind of biased because I don't like crowded places that much, so that's why I'd say.
Regardless, it's a beautiful place.
It's incredibly beautiful.
Do you have any closing remarks to end this episode?
Closing remarks. It was unfortunate that I came here, Qatar, at the summer, since it's the most empty season of the whole season because it's incredibly hot. Yeah, we were wishing to have some walks, for example, on the street, but the temperature didn't allow us to do that.
Maybe visit
both the humidity and the temperature. But so I really want to come here again in maybe autumn or in spring, probably.
Thank you for sharing your experience. Hopefully this is not the last time you visit Qatar.
Hopefully, I'd really like to visit again.
وفي ختام هذه الحلقة أعزائي المشاهدين لا تنسوا الإعجاب والتعليق والمشاركة وزر الاشتراك، ونراكم إن شاء الله في حلقات قادمة. مع السلامة.
السلام.